Here's your Storm Tracker weather forecast with Chief Forecaster Bob McGuire.
Oh, that's right, and good evening, everyone. Beautiful night in eastern Montana. How do we know? We'll take a look at this shot. Sunset tonight. Sandy Derrick got this picture over by Glendive, and that's the way it looked out there, huh? And I like this shot, too. This comes to us from Janie Marie Zaharko, and this is out there by Melstone. Look, the lakes are starting to thaw out a little bit. Starting to see a little green out there on the trees. It's looking like it's beginning to be springtime out there. Now, here's the way it looks in Billings right now. Currently, we have 55 degrees at 10 o'clock at night. That's not bad, huh? Winds out of the west at 9, and right now it's just a beautiful day out there. Take a look at this. Reported high today got up to 61 degrees. Your normal high 54. The record 80 back in 1992. Record low is 6 degrees above zero back in just last year in 2018. Meanwhile, let's move on and show you. No new precipitation fell in the Billings area tonight, but the night's still young. Here's where we are for the month. 1/10 of an inch. Need to be at 1400, so a little bit below normal. But for the year, we're still way ahead of normal at 342. Only need to be at 216 to be caught up to average. And as you'll see here, our current temperatures around the state, 30s and 40s out west across the High Line, 38 at Havre. Some 40s back here. Billings, one of the hot spots still at 55 degrees. The old double nickel hanging in there right now. And look at our reported highs. Everybody got into the 50s and 60s in eastern Montana. Out in the west, we were a little cooler over at Kalispell, 46 degrees there. It was 60 at Helena, 61 at Havre. Just a night day, 59 for the high temperature over at Livingston, so not bad at all. Now on the threat board, we still have some flooding issues, especially basically from Augusta through Helen on down to Butte. We have a flood advisory there, minor flooding due to poor drainage and a lot of rapid snow melt in that area. Now up in the northeast corner of the state, still have a flood advisory there, but it's getting smaller and not as much of Roosevelt County or Daniels. Valley County, not as much flooding there, but we still have a flood warning on the Milk River by Glasgow. That's about 4 feet out of its banks right now above flood stage. And as you'll see right here, Doppler radar, got it zoomed in all the way. You'll notice as the storm started making its way to the Billings area, there's a lot of warm, dry air here. And so what's happening, it's literally evaporating it before it gets into the city of Billings. But if it's strong enough, we may see some of these showers eventually push their way into downtown. We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, you can see another big line of showers moving through Glasgow down towards the Lewistown area. This is basically a little minor shortwave weather disturbance moving through the region tonight. It'll continue to track into eastern Montana as the night goes on. We'll pull back a little bit farther and show you the big story. Upper level trough out here taking moisture out the Pacific, sending it into Oregon, into Idaho, and in towards western Montana. Now eventually it'll continue to push some of that moisture into our neck of the woods, but in the meantime, here's how it looks at the surface. You can see the moisture moving through here tonight. Billings might see a couple of sprinkles out of it, but we're not talking severe weather or anything like that. By tomorrow morning, that moisture moves into the eastern edge of the state. More moisture starts streaming in from the Pacific Ocean by the time Thursday night gets here, but most of that stays right here towards the southwestern corner of the state. Everywhere else, just nice warm front moving in. We actually start kicking it up into the 60s, the upper 60s tomorrow, possibly even some 70s before this cold front moves through on Friday night. But we do see more moisture moving into the west. Look for more scattered rain showers there. But then this cold front will continue to slide this way, and so we'll probably cool down a little bit on Saturday. But in the meantime, tonight, temps cool down to the 20s and 30s out west, maybe 41 at Great Falls. Back here in the east, it'll be 40 in Billings, just about 30s everywhere else. You see maybe 31 at Red Lodge, 34 over Livingston, 37 at Miles City tonight. Tomorrow, back to the 60s, upper 60s, Billings and Hardin, 69 there, 56 in Livingston, and the far west into the 50s out there with mostly cloudy skies. Could see some spotty showers off and on in the morning, tomorrow morning in the Billings area, and that's about it. After that, things are improving. 40 degrees for tonight's low, 20% chance of rain. Next 7 days, sunshine on Thursday, 70 degrees on Friday, chance of rain moving in, then we roll it back into the 60s and 50s with a chance of rain showers Friday right on through Wednesday. Let's go back to Janelle.